So what's your reaction to that then, Paul? Going out more first goal?
Yeah, disappointed. That first half, we put a massive effort in. It took its toll in the second half. We were down. James Keighley come off at half time and he couldn't return. Ben Segar were off after 18 minutes. And Joe Chandler as well after 20 odd minutes. So we had a lot of front rowers out there today in the second half, and when we're not turning ball over cheaply and 7-1 penalty count in the second half, it was taking its toll on big fellas, and it did. And the score line reflected that. Disappointed because it was there for taking. I thought we were total control in the first half again. We scored some very good tries and created a lot of opportunities, and we took them opportunities this week. But we're out, and we need to start learning quick, and some players aren't learning quickly. It needs to be said, and they know what I want from them, and if they're not doing it, we'll bring someone in who will do it.
Yeah. So are you going to possibly go back to Castleford and try and get a few players off them?
The Castleford thing, we don't know what's happening yet. Darryl's gone in there, there's been no contact. I think he's been wanting to look at the players, what he's got available to him before he makes any decisions. So we'll be on the lookout, but we're losing players left, right and centre through injury, and that's probably the same for 17 out there for at least 2 games in a row. It has to be changed every week, and that's playing a big part in it as well.
It was a bit of a shame there as well, because he showed some good signs in that game. He made it like a winnable game, didn't he, in the end against a good Batley side? We did, and the opportunities we created in the first half and the tries we finished, the lads have got to take confidence from that. But why did we go away from it? That's the question. I know I'm the coach and I'm out there, but I can't put my finger on it when we're out there. I don't know if it's tired minds going back to old habits or what, but we certainly let ourselves down again. You're finding that role difficult when playing as and coaching at the same time? I think you maybe take a backward step.
It is, but it's been tough on me today when I've been play coach. But we've come through the other side of the clubs, and we've got a good group of players. We've just got to have that self-belief in them, and have that desire to defend for each other, which we did again in the first half. The second half will let us down once again, and I thought the lack of discipline with and without the ball cost us.
Big game on Sunday for us, playing away. Great way to bounce back though, isn't it?
It is, and at the minute we're looking to see what players we've got available to us. We took a lot of knocks again this week, and Matt Bailey hopefully he'll be back next week. He has an X-ray on Wednesday, and hopefully he'll get all cleared. And if he comes back, it'll be like having a new signing. I've just got to say a massive pat on the back, to Ryan Patchett. He's come in for his league, Northern Mail debut, and I thought he handled himself quite well and under adversity. Joe Parkinson and James Feather, none of them's played in the centre before, but due to injuries, they've had to go out there, and they did a job for us, because obviously they're team players.
I mean, I suppose in some ways now the priority is the league, isn't it? You can just focus on that now.
It is, and obviously everybody's. There's 5 points from us to 6, so we're not panicking. We can't panic, because if we start panicking, we start doing stupid stuff, and I believe that's what we did in the second half. Panicked a bit too much once they got that score in the second half, and the game went away from us. So we just got to keep a level head and play the opportunities when they arise. And first half was a great example of that. Second half, obviously.
You enjoyed yourself first half. Some breaks, wasn't it?
Yeah, we should. It took a lot out of us, in the. When we play a first half like that, same at Jules, we need more points on the board. That's a concerning thing. We are trying to play expansive, but it doesn't always come off. And today it showed that if we do play with some flair, we can score some very good tries.
Thanks a lot.
Well done, Mark.